Three, two, one. Okay, now before anything else, let me see. Co-host invitations are turned off. Good. Let's keep it that way. Allow, notify your friends. Okay, notify you when create. Okay, there's that. Allow. Okay, all right. Maybe I fixed it. Hey, good morning, folks. I see German Maid. What's going on? And Becky and Sunflower. Spider-Man. Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Spins a web. She's going to sing the whole song. No, she isn't. It's fine. So good morning. Yeah. Hey, so let's see. Happy Mother's Day to those of you who have mothers. All of us do. It is. The weather's kind of poopy where I am. Good morning, Michelle and Kelly. So I tried to go on my morning walk this morning. My morning walk, as if I own it. My morning walk. I'm trying to get better at the habit of. How's this? I'm getting better at the habit of morning walking. I didn't do it a lot in the winter because it was cold, and you know what? When it's not as easy to do it for me as when the weather does not cooperate with what I want to do. So I went out for like a minute barely, and then I went kind of like a dog, like zoop zoop zoop, coming back in because it's spitting rain out, and who wants to walk in that? So here I am where I am. I'm Beth, Destination Decluttered, Decluttering Life Coach. Who are you? Where are you from? So I'm in the living room of our house right now because it's a weekend TikTok live, and I like to do TikTok lives out of my different parts of my house when I'm doing them on the weekend. And happy Mother's Day. And Becky, hey, I just saw your message. So Becky, if you don't mind, I tend to just reread these so people know what I'm talking about. So Becky just said, good morning and thank you for this live. My mom passed 2 years ago. You're a bright spot for me today. Well, I thank you for letting me know I'm the bright spot, and I will do my best to be a bright spot for you, because there are days that are going to be kind of rough. You know, the anniversary of something unhappy happening, things that remind you of somebody that's no longer there, like your mom. I will share this with you. I saw my mother last week, and I gave her a big old hug. I try to hug her as often as I can, as often as she will allow. She's getting a little bit old and frail, like a bird. If I hugged her for the amount of time I want to hug her, I'm afraid I'm going to crush her, because I just love her so much, even though she drives me nuts and has cluttery tendencies and things like that. But Becky, I will think of you when I am calling my mother today and texting her and wishing her a happy birthday, and knowing how lucky I am to still have my mom with me, even though she is a character. Heck, maybe that's why I'm a character, okay? So thank you for reminding me that she may, who knows what next year, the years after will bring. But I hope today I can do something to make your Mother's Day, and just your day in general, feel better. Because when you feel better, you're gonna do better. So I don't know what it is, Becky, but I'm sending you good vibes. You're not alone. Many people are in your life to support you, and you're going to get through today being okay. Think of all the good things you did with your mom. Think of her smiling down at you and saying, you know what, you have life, I don't. Go, I know you miss me, but go do something for yourself. Do something for yourself, okay? I hope that helps you. Okay, yep, Adelia, good morning. Happy Mother's Day to you too. Good morning, beautiful bestie. And Nurse Anita is saying Happy Mother's Day. Yeah, I called this, if you were on the Destination Decluttered mailing list, you will notice that what did I call today is, I did make a decision. I didn't know if I was going to do a TikTok live on Mother's Day. No, I'm not a mother. I'm not. I am an awesome friend and wife and auntie. I was a dog mom, I guess, when we had our pup. But I was calling today's TikTok live on Mother's Day a lounge and listen. Sip and scroll. Yeah, let's sip and scroll, all right? Tea, Erin. Tea, not coffee, but hopefully you got a new home for your tea. And happy Mother's Day to you too, Erin. I know you have a couple of kiddos and maybe some champagne, little tink tink, little glasses. Actually, I will say this. This is kind of funny. It's like when you take advantage of something because it's happening, even though you don't fit the group. I was thinking about this morning when I remembered a time when my husband and I went out to lunch or brunch at this place called The Whip. It It's like it's at an old like place where they do a lot of horse stuff. So that's why it was called that. And it's in the middle of horse country. And we went out and they were handing out flowers to all the women and saying Happy Mother's Day. And I was like, well, and then I think I probably got a free glass of champagne. So I graciously said, thank you very much. Thank you. We will be going to a Mother's Day brunch later today, but that's because our friend is spinning vinyl there, and we want to support him and the mothers. So there we go, coffee and champagne. Yeah, okay. So Adelia, okay. So this is a holiday that's bringing up feelings. So let's talk about our feelings, man. No, but I be silly because smiling is one way to feel a feeling. But Adelia is saying it is bittersweet today. You've got the bitter and you've got the sweet. First Mother's Day as an empty nester. Okay, yeah. One chapter of your life closed, and this is the first Mother's Day in that new chapter. How about get curious? You're an empty nester. Maybe your kiddos are going to do something. What is your new kind of, even just for this year, what's going to happen today on Mother's Day now that you're an empty nester? And it could be something fun. How about just delighting in this time? As I said, when I set up this TikTok Live for the morning of Mother's Day, I kind of wanted to time it so that in case somebody was doing something fun, like going to a brunch or whatever you're doing, but maybe you're just laying in bed, scrolling on your phone. I will readily admit that is something I enjoy doing. Maybe you're like, you know what? They're going to bring the breakfast to me, the burnt toast, the little tray. They're going to bring it to me, and I'm going to be like, you know what? I'm going to spend all day on TikTok, people. Because that's what I feel like doing. Okay, so Michelle, today I'm here for y'all. Okay, I remember reading this phrase. I'll share you where it came from because I am Beth, Destination Decluttered, Decluttering Life Coach. I am also a Gen Xer with a with a whole heap and helping of hospitality, with a whole heap and helping of pop culture references. And there was a Trixie Belden book. Now that's very niche. I will share with you, like 50s, kind of like she was a tomboyish kind of. Nancy Drew. And I remember reading this one, it stuck with me. It was something to the tune of this woman had a heart as big as a horse blanket. And I like to think of that. So my horse blanket of my heart is, wrapping up all y'all. So Michelle is saying, my daughter passed away on Mother's Day 6 years ago. I hate this day. Okay, yeah, I'm not suggesting you do anything other than feel those feels. But what can you do today to make you feel better? Maybe just not walking around in the hate. Okay. My heart goes out to you, wrapping you in my little horse blanket. It's okay. That really does suck. What can you do today to make yourself feel better? Do you want to? It's totally up to you. If you want to walk around feeling crappy, it's totally within your rights, and I would not fault you for that. But if you don't want to feel crappy, there's something you can do about it. And I don't know the answers, but you know where the answers are inside you. And notice where I keep on putting my hand. Maybe I'm always putting my hand to my heart because this is where the feels belong to me, right here. I don't know what it is. It's not that heart that's pumping the blood, but there's something we've talked about, like throughout humanity, about feeling feelings and feeling them right here. Maybe because you can't breathe. Maybe because you feel tightness. Maybe you just want to breathe and just let it go. Maybe you want to cry. Do what feels good to you, okay? Adelia is saying, my son moved away in March. What should I do with his room? Well, should is an interesting word. I will ask you this. If it was just you and me, because it is right now, I'm a one-on-one coach, what do you want to do with his room? What would you like to do with his room? Do you want to keep it the same? Would you like to use that space for you? Because maybe you would like to transform it into something. I will share that as soon as I moved out of my primary family home back whenever it was, 80s, 90s, and beyond, because I moved home a little bit during little chapters, my room got immediately turned into a giant walk-in closet for my mother. She grew up and she didn't have a lot of clothes, and when she wanted clothes, it was like, so my whole room to this day, the room that used to be my room, is now a closet. That's okay. When I come over, if I stay over at her house, there's a bed I can sleep in. Usually stay with friends, though. But I ask you this. So Adelia is saying my son moved. So Adelia has space in her house. And the question I want you to ask yourself, and also anybody else who has space in your house, whether it's clean or not, what do I want this to look like? What do I want to do in this space? What do I want this space to function like? How do I want to feel in this space? Here are some questions I'm asking of you, but I don't want you to answer me first. I want you to listen for the answers in yourself. And notice again, your answers. I ask the questions. It comes in through your ears, but then it goes up to your mind, and then it goes down here. There's like nice little, like kind of up and down, up the down staircase right here. You ask yourself what you want, and as I like to say when I'm coaching, all right, and then whatever comes up, write it down. Whatever comes up, write it down. Answer those questions for yourself, and then what you've done is you've started to create your own destination. Your destination decluttered. And that's a good way to start any process, any trip, any from here to there-ness, because you need a there to aim for. Okay? Cat mama, I love it. Cat mama is a cat mama and an auntie. Yeah. There we go. And Erin is saying, spoil yourself, Adelia. Do all the things you don't normally get to do. You've earned it. Yeah. You know? Yeah, you know what? You can find the joy. You don't even have to find the joy. If you want to, if joy is there, find it. But how about just like there's joy and pain and sunshine and rain. Here we go. Joy. This is how my brain works, and I just share my brain with you. There's joy and there's pain, but there's also a wide range of things in between. So maybe you don't get to joy. Maybe you're not being like, you know, the lady jumping up in the commercial app because she's using a maxi pad or something. Maybe you're just in the middle where it's like, I'm not feeling as pained as I was before. That's progress. Okay? So notice that. And take every little bit helps. All right? Morning, Isla Schaefer. Nice to see you. Jen's World Party Time. Jen's World Party Time. Am I right? Party on. Party on, Wayne. My glasses are so cute. Thank you. I need to get them. I will say this. They keep on, now that it's sweaty weather. They are falling down my nose. I put an email out to my eyeglasses people. They're awesome. Wicked love them. I'm probably going to do a TikTok. I will share this. I'm going to share a TikTok live that I'm going to make about how much I groove on the glasses people that I go to. Thank you. Jen's World. Yeah, I mean, Gen Xer. Come on. Gen X. Jen, you're an X. Am I right? Okay. Now, here's the thing. Cat Mama is saying, lost mom August, but at peace with it because she had dementia for 5 years. Yeah. It can be tough when the people you know are here physically, but the person you knew is not there anymore. It's because their spirit, their brain has changed. Whatever's going on inside this human casing has changed. And what I want everybody to do is just remember the good stuff. Remember maybe the stuff that you didn't love so much, like the fact that last week my mother was kind of driving me nuts on occasion because I was getting tired and frustrated. And so I was less patient. I can say it now because I'm laughing at it, and I would with her, but some distance can soften the things that used to bug you about somebody. But yeah, knowing that she's feeling better right now, yeah. There we go. Okay, Alice Schaefer is saying, yeah, not feeling as pained is progress. I'm feeling that yesterday and hopefully more today. I love you more today than yesterday. Remember that one? That's a keeper. I'm going to write that one down on the Destination Decluttered Spotify playlist that I'm making. Okay, I love you more today than yesterday. See, you got to write things down because if I don't, this brain is so awesome, as is yours, but it's not as sticky as it used to be. That's okay. Instead of being mad that it's not sticky, I just do something else. I write stuff down. Okay? My uncle sang that song. I love it. It's a good one. Yeah, there's a lot of good songs back in the day. We were hanging out with some friends last night, and it was funny. The one-hit wonders of the 70s and 80s and stuff that we knew. I knew so much of the song and the words, but God forbid I knew what the band was. I was Shazamming these things left and right. And it was like, really? That's the Ozark Mountain Daredevils? Huh, I never knew that. Oh, I see our neighbor. Very cute. Our neighbor's husband is walking the dog in the rain. Jen, my neighbor Jen, I hope you're in bed, scrolling on TikTok, doing something fun, nice and cozied up. And Steve is walking the dog. I love it. Oh, the spiral staircase. Thank you, Cat Mama. See, I would have known that. Yeah, it's because we didn't have computers back then. You needed to commit to those things. I love it. So good morning, everybody, and happy Mother's Day if it applies. My name is Beth, Destination Decluttered Decluttering Life Coach, helping you today on this Sunday morning. Now, here's the great thing is I show up however you need me. I can. I'm good like that. So what would you like? How can I help you today? Maybe you don't need any help. Maybe you want me to be like, let me entertain you. I'm just going to sing my wacky, pop culture riffs. I can do that. I can make you smile. Let me make you smile. I can do a few tricks. I'm going to sing the whole song. No, I'm not. But how can I help you today? Clutter-wise, otherwise, life coach-wise, I don't know. What's going to make you feel a smidgy Widgerson better than you do right now? Maybe you're feeling good and you want to keep it going. That's a thing. That's a thing. Okay. Jen's World. Sorry, now I've got it in my head. Yeah, Jen's World party time. I'm trying to make deep cuts. That's a deep cut. A deep cuts in all my junk for a garage sale. We're having it the end of this week. Okay, so a couple of things I love about this. One is that you're having a garage sale, because if you want to have a garage sale, that is one of the ways you can decrease your clutter, is having a garage sale. Seriously, and that was the thing. I just noticed that X many years ago this weekend, I had a garage sale. There was some really cheap, really poorly filmed quality video of my garage sale from X many years ago, popped up on my Facebook, and I thought, I should share this with the Destination Declutter folks on TikTok. If I can find the video again, I will. But what I will share with you is this, is you have a point A to point B. You have, today is Sunday, and by Saturday, I'm assuming Saturday, Sunday, maybe Friday, you want to have a certain amount of stuff out for your garage sale. So you're thinking deep cuts. Here's a fun thing that may help you. Okay? Think of your destination. Jen's World, not just destination, kind of like they said, we wanted to go to the Super Bowl. We didn't say we wanted to use it. We wanted to win it. After the garage sale is a stepping stone. I am your stepping stone. Yes, 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 me. The garage sale is a stepping stone to what you want your house to look and function and feel like. So, Jen's World, when you are going through your stuff this week, you've probably made a few passes. You've probably done the easy stuff that you definitely know you don't want, but there may be another layer that you want to do, another kind of, as I like to say, a pass. And notice if you're looking at the screen right here, that my hand kind of goes in a circular motion, almost like you're kind of going in for another swath, another like round, another swipe of stuff. You're going to another level of stuff. It could be really helpful for you to, before you do that, take a moment. Everybody, this is a really good way to start everything, is in your mind's eye, in your brain, in your body. Picture what you're aiming for. And don't just picture it up here, but picture it up there so you can start to feel what it's going to feel like when you get there. And the crazy thing is, and this always freaks me out, is you aren't there yet, but you can conjure that feeling right now. When you picture what it looks like and you conjure that feeling, and then you open your eyes and you have that feeling in your heart, then you're going to be able to notice the stuff in your house that doesn't bring you that feeling. And because you have that garage sale right now, you can kind of, you're vibrating at a certain frequency, and you'll know the things that are not of that frequency, and those may be the things, that second cut, that deeper cut, for you to remove those things because you want the stuff in your house that makes you feel this feeling. But if you don't know what that feeling is, it's going to be really hard to connect up with those things that give you that feeling. So, Jen, I will say, hope that helps you. I know it's going to help everybody. It helps me. How do I want to feel when I'm in my home? And then feel that feeling. Start to conjure it up. Start to kind of create that sparkle. Like I'm thinking this is the key, and you're creating the spark to turn on your engine. And you're revving up your engine, and then you're going to go and you're going to just resonate with the stuff that you love, and everything that you don't love, you're like, nah, you know what? I can get rid of that. That's fine. That doesn't match what I want to feel in my home, because what I want to feel is this, and that doesn't give me that feeling. That goes in the garage sale pile. Okay? That helps with everything, you guys. But let's just pretend it, just practice it with your clutter, get good at it, and you can use it in other areas of your life. So Lisa Thomas Weinick is saying, hey, Beth, how would you suggest helping my daughter to get started? How about what I just did? Is asking your daughter, and this might be an interesting thing. I was thinking about this with my own mother, is asking your daughter what she wants and listening to her, not judging, but listening to her, being kind of like, I talk about yesterday, I haven't put it up on YouTube yet, but I did a TikTok live and we were away. I was in the car. Your daughter is in the driver's seat of her own car. You are kind of showing up ostensibly as, please be more of a co-pilot as opposed to a backseat driver. And what do I mean by that? Is listen to her. If she feels comfortable enough to share with you what she wants, don't be like, no, that's wrong. You can't do that, blah, blah, blah. Be like, okay, cool, interesting. How can we get there? Let's problem solve. Let's collaborate here. But until somebody knows what they're doing or why they're doing it, it may be hard for them to want to do it. You might be able to if she's like, I don't know, whatever, mom, teenagers, or however, I don't even know how old she is. Help her to create a vision in her head of what she wants. Now, clutter can do a couple of things. It can create tension in relationships, between you and her if she's cluttered. She may not feel like she can invite friends over because her home is messy. She may not feel like she's going to be a good, what if, decluttering can help you live a good life outside of just it looking neat. It'll be easier to invite people into your home. It will be easier to be a good roommate or dorm mate or partner or living on your own because you know how to take care of your stuff. You'll save money by decluttering because you'll notice what you have and you have just the right amount, not too little and not too much. There's so many ways that decluttering can help her life just outside of the fact that it kind of looks better to outside eyes. So talk to her a lot about that destination, as we all should ourselves. This is stuff we can apply to ourselves. But then also, what was the other thing? If you're not even in that mode, if you're not in the place mentally, physically, emotionally where you can sit down and do that, work on that part. Work on that part to get yourself feeling like you can move, ask those questions. Safe, comfortable, relaxed, safe, fear, lack of fear, lack of being attacked, feeling open. You need to get to that before you can ever share with anybody what you want, including yourself. So I talk about this as almost like the precursor to the step of defining your destination, is getting yourself feeling like you can even ask those questions and that your subconscious, your co-pilot, your spirit, your soul inside you feels comfortable enough and safe enough to open up to you without fear of judgment. Notice that. Are you afraid you're going to be judged? You're going to shut down. You're going to be like, no, you're going to tell me I can't do this. It's wrong. I speak from experience, people. I don't speak just because I read it in a book. I know what it's like to have ideas and somebody shoot you down, have ideas, somebody shoots you down, have ideas, shoots you down. Next time you know it, you have an idea, you shoot yourself down. You say, no, that can't work. That can't work. And then you stop having ideas at all. And that's when life starts to really feel like a chore. And that's not fun. Okay? Don't be judgy. Be open and loving. Love your daughter with all her heart, whatever she wants. Be there for her. Allow her to experience a mom like that. Okay? Let me help you with some of this other stuff too. Alrighty, what do we have here? There we go. All right. Tuva84 is saying, I'm going to work for free at my soon-to-be old job where I was dumped and disrespected. It's a matter of principle for me to finish my deadline even when I was assigned an impossible task. Notice, Tuvalu84, to value, I can't pronounce, I don't know your pronunciation, I apologize. Notice that's a decision you're making. Notice, we all make decisions. We all make decisions. I'm going to do this and not that. I'm going to do that and not this. I'm going to go to this thing and do the thing because I promised somebody, myself. You make the decision. Feel good about the decisions you're making, people. Feel good about the decisions you are making. If you feel good about it, regardless of how they treated you, feel good about it. Own it. Go there and do the job and then leave. Now, I will say this, on the flip side, I actually left a job. This was so kind of, quote, unlike me, but it was me because I did it, that I had asked them for years for quite a while I had an idea of stuff I wanted to do outside of work, and could you work with me? And could we be flexible about stuff? Could we do these things? I'm really not happy where I am. I have these things going on. There's a way. Can we work together? And the answer came no. No, we're not that flexible. We don't do things like that here. So I said, okay. And this is how I say it in hindsight, because I get to be, you know how you have those things you wish you said to somebody, but it was kind of like, well, I gave them option A, I gave them option B of ways I was willing to work with them so that I wouldn't leave them high and dry. They said no to A and no to B. So you know what? Decision C was, option C was, see ya. See ya. Okay, if you're not going to work with me, I'm going to stand up for me and I'm not going to work with you. And I left a job on a Friday and the project I was working on was launching on Monday. Sucks to be them, you know? And I don't do it in a mean way, but it was the thing that worked best for me. Because I was like, you have to learn to work without me. So if you feel good about your decisions, ain't nobody can touch you. So notice the decisions you're making. Everybody, notice the decisions you're making and say, does this decision make me feel good and strong and empowered? Or does this give me the opposite of whatever that is? And this is decluttering too. Do I feel good about deciding to let this go? Maybe initially you're like, it's kind of, but once you break that little, the little umbilical cord, then it goes off and has its life and you feel better. I put a book in a little free library here in my town that I had been, I should finish that book. I should finish that book. I put that book in there and I practically skipped away. I was like, it feels so good to not have this book nagging at me every time I walk through the tiki room. Feeling I really should do this. And then the cool thing was I walked past that free library a few days later and the book was gone. And I was thinking, I specifically picked this little free library because I knew that it was next to a place where people would dig the book. And somebody who might have been like, oh, look, I just saved myself $20 by instead of buying it on Amazon, I get it for free right here. Feeling good about your decisions, people. It's powerful. I love it. Okay. Christine is telling yourself, I tell myself I can declutter. I can do this. Then I look around and say, I don't know where to begin. Notice how you have those two voices in your head. You do. You have them in your car. You're the driver, and you can decide what voice not to just listen to blindly, to interact with. So notice, part of you, and this is really important, this is Christine, but this is everybody. Part of you says, I can declutter. I can do this. That's your co-pilot speaking. This is your co-pilot. You can do this. You can do this. It's just a bunch of stuff. But your backseat driver doesn't want you to change. I can go into the depths of that, but I will just say this. You have humans at a certain sub-level fear change because change could mean danger. Change or danger. You look around and then part of you, the other part of you, your backseat driver says, I don't know where to begin. I can't begin. I don't know where to begin. And what I say is, how about this? How about talking to your backseat driver? All right, I don't know where to begin. Why don't I wear it? Well, because not why, but like what's making me feel that way? Well, look around there. Look at all this stuff. How do I even start? I will tell you. Here, I'm your co-pilot right now. I will talk to the backseat drivers. Hey, you guys, this is how we're going to start. We're gonna calm down this quiet. We're gonna calm down those little kids in the back seat. Little kids in little, their little car seats. They just want you to go through the McDonald's drive-through. Do the same thing all the time. So you know what we're going to do? Here's where we're going to start. Because this woman on TikTok, Beth, Destination Decluttered, she says, here's a good place to start. First of all, just so you know, she said there's no right or wrong place to start. It's going to be really hard to do this wrong. But the wrongest thing we can do is not get started. So I'm going to get started. And she said this. She said, pick a room. Pick one room. Don't do the whole house. Just pick a room. Chunk it down, she called it. Instead of looking at the whole house, she chunked it down to a small thing. And then she said, instead of looking at all your stuff, that chunk it down thing she talks about is really helpful. So she says, okay, so there's 3 levels of clutter. I never even thought about this. I'm looking at my stuff now and I see 3 levels. There's surface clutter, there's stored clutter, and then there's sentimental clutter. So Beth from Destination Decluttered, who is a professional certified life coach and coaches people and does these TikTok videos, she knows what she's doing. And she said, this is a good way to start. Start in one room and start with your surface clutter. So I'm going to start then. I know I can declutter. I can do this. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to experiment. I'm not going to do it all day. I'm going to set my timer for 20 minutes. I'm going to just start. Do you hear any kind of back talk? Oh, okay. I guess you do know what you're doing. I'll trust you. All right. And we're not doing it all day, right? Okay. No, we're not doing it all day. Then notice You're talking with yourself. You're engaging in your brain and your heart and your soul and the different ways your brain works. Try it. Tell me how it goes. Okay. Jen's World, I want to pick back up on you because I'm seeing these things as they're coming through, because this is going to help other people too. So thank you for sharing this. What's hard now is my income has been drastically cut. Okay, fact. But notice this, feeling. Nothing wrong with feelings. Feelings. Whoa, 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 feelings. I feel like I might need it later. How about this? Just ask yourself. This is the wonderful thing I love about how I coach Declutter-wise, is I encourage you to trust your gut feelings about what should I stay or should I go now? What do I keep and what do I give away is completely up to me. And if I feel like I might need it later, let me just envision that scenario. When might I need this later? In 6 months? In a year? What is it? Have I used it? When's the last time I used it? If I'm not using it now, because I am considering, this is the thing I could consider giving it away, when do I envision myself using it? If I did give it away, and notice you're just kind of sitting there examining possibilities. If I did decide to sell this at my garage sale and somebody bought it, and then I realized, oh crap, I really could use an ice maker. Could you get ice somewhere else? Could you borrow that thing from a neighbor or a friend to do the thing? Could you buy it again for less than like $20? If and when you need it. Because right now, you selling stuff at your garage sale is going to make money for you. And then just think, you can try it on the garage sale, and if it sells, yay. And if it doesn't, you might consider bringing it back. I would like to think if you've made the decision to part with it, you've kind of cut that, like the umbilical cord, and actually that's gross. You're going to cut the tie. You're going to cut the little like spider web thread. You're going to cut those little spider web threads that connects you to it. And you're now just seeing it as something that could make you money, and that maybe could help somebody else. And then you can get money. You can buy things. Notice these things. But notice you have facts. My income dropped. But I get this fear of needing this. The fear keeps you hanging on. Love helps you release it. I trust myself. I choose to believe that I will not need this in the future. And I choose to believe that me selling this item that I haven't used is going to bring me money. And that's going to make me feel less fearful about the drastic cut. Okay. I love this. Becky Goose, you and Jen's World should probably talk to each other because Jen's having a garage sale. Becky Goose is asking any suggestions on tips for preparation of garage sale as you actually declutter a closet. Yes, get a box, get a container, put all the stuff you want to sell in that container, get it out of the closet, and put it somewhere away. Put it literally like in your garage. So you remove the things and you just get them out of circulation. Lather, rinse, repeat. Lather, rinse, repeat. And then literally open up your garage doors and say, all right, people, come in. Let's talk price. Let's get this stuff out of here. I've had garage sales. I have sold things under 10 by 10 tents at I've done a lot of selling, so don't make it any more difficult than you need to be. Get some help too. That's one thing I will say with any kind of decluttering, but especially when you are selling stuff, get help. Do not do this by yourself. Get a friend, get a neighbor, get some family out there to field questions. You may be the source of the answers, but there are some answers other people can give you. Create a team. All right? So Crew 08 is saying, I procrastinate. Welcome to being a human. Made a list on what I want to accomplish. How do I get motivated? I love this because I know you are realizing that making the list is part of the process. And it is. This is part of the process I teach. But there are other steps beforehand and afterhand to get you motivated to actually do the things on the list. Now, a few things I want to suggest from the very beginning is always check in with yourself. Get curious. Why am I not motivated? Whatever comes up, write this stuff down. Nobody else needs to read this. But getting your thoughts out of your head and down onto paper can really illuminate, clarify what is stopping you. Once you know what's stopping you, it's like popping the hood on your car. Once you know what's stopping you, you can do something to change that. But if you don't know it because it's like spaghetti, I don't know, well, whatever, shh. Take the time, do it right. Take the time, do it right. You could do it, baby. Calm down your nervous system, quiet down, go to a quiet place, give yourself some free time. Today's the perfect day for this. It is. You can shut the door on people and be like, it's Mother's Day. Even though I'm not a mother, I'm shutting the door. I'm going to take some time for myself. I'm going to write up what comes down, or write down what comes up and it's not just a list of things to do. It's my list of why I'm procrastinating. I'm going to guess that you are procrastinating because you don't feel like doing it. Okay, cool. Why don't I feel like doing it? Feeling like doing that is, and notice my hand is going to like turning the key, igniting the spark is getting motivated. You know when you turn the key in your car, it's because you're excited to drive somewhere. I mean, you have to go somewhere, you want to go somewhere, you want to go somewhere. So you turn the key, you go out and you create a spark. You create a spark to be like, why do I want to go there? And I want to offer this to you. If you're not excited about why you're doing your decluttering, let's change that. Get excited about it. Not like, oh boy, this is so great, but hey, you know what? Why not? How about asking yourself what you want your home to look like? How do you want your home to function? I want to be able to find my stuff, and I want to find it easily, and I want to use it easily, and I want to put it away easily, because I'm all about the ease, all about the base. And then, how do I want to feel in my home? It's the last question, but it's the most important, because we're going from top down. And here's a trick. Here's a hack. Here's a tool for your toolkit. When you're like, I don't know how I want to feel in my house, but I know I don't want to feel this way. Cool. Write down how you feel now. Fold a piece of paper in half, create 2 columns. What's the opposite? What's the opposite of how you feel now in your home? Write those things down. That's what you're aiming for. And then hang out in that space a little bit. This is why humans were given imaginations. It's a world of pure imagination. If you can imagine it, you can create it. Imagine what you want that 1 square foot of your home to look like. I want that table to be clear. I picture that table looking clear. Everything on the table is in its right place. I've wiped it down. It's nice and clean. I'm sitting down and doing something at that table. This feels good. I did it. Yeah. Destination table. Do it. Get yourself excited about what that table's going to look like, if it's going to smell, how it's going to feel. It's not going to be sticky. You're going to do stuff at it. Pretend you're there already. Oh, this feels great. I'm at this table. It doesn't have sticky syrup stuff on it. I'm going to, spread out my papers and do things. I'm going to eat a meal here. I love this. I'm eating a meal at this table. You've now defined your destination. You've now engaged your imagination, destination. And then you're like, okay, what do I need to do? Oh, surface clutter, trash in the trash, recycles in the recycles, dishes in the sink, dishes away, laundry. This thing, I don't know what to do with this thing. What do I want to do with it? I don't know. I'll bring it to the next TikTok Live, or I'll get Beth as my coach and we can work through these things. There we go. Hope that helps. But notice, the list of things to do is part of it, but it isn't enough to get you excited. It's like a list of things. It's like, oh, I want sand. I want, I could make a list of things that I love on vacation, but if I just look at the list, I have to imagine it, I have to feel it in my mind's eye, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I want to go there. Sun, warm, sand, the beach, friends, cocktails, no responsibilities. Hell yeah. All right, if that's why I'm doing my work, yes, I'll do it. I love it. Team Emmerich's given some ideas for garage salespeople. A pay what you want garage sale with Venmo to option to raise money. Pay what you want. Yeah, there we go. Go for it, Team Emmerich. That sounds great. Yeah, you have an idea. Trust your idea. Trust your imagination, you guys. Yeah, Team Emmerich wants a pay what you want sale to raise money for a wagon for his special needs daughter. Thoughts? Yeah, I will say marketing-wise, put a sign up to say, I am raising money not just to take myself out to dinner. I am raising money for a wagon for my special needs daughter. Pay what you want. There are people out there of generous hearts. If they thought you were taking the money, they want to be part of the story. They thought you were selling stuff just to go out to McDonald's. That's one thing. You tell them that story, they want to be part of the success of that story. Put it on the thing. Get it out there. I don't say tug at people's heartstrings, but just be clear about it. This is why I'm raising money. And also, don't lie about it. Okay? I love this. Carla, I love it. I have tried to start thinking what my time is worth. Yes, dealing with the clutter. Yes, trading off space. If I clean that table, I can put a vase of pretty flowers on it. Yes, I have one of my Monday clients. We talked about that, how everything kept on creeping back onto her kitchen her kitchen island. And I said, well, clear it off. And what would you like to see there? She's like, I'd like to see some flowers. Put the flowers there. It has worked magic. They're kind of the flowers, the vase of flowers is a repellent for other clutter because the other people in the house see how nice it looks. They don't want to add to, they don't want to make that look crappy. So you start to do things. You start to put the things closer to where they belong. And also you bring up, Carly, you bring up a really good point. What my time is worth. What my time is worth. What is your time worth? What is your, you may not have this idea. You may not have even thought about this. I used to work hourly for decades. I worked salary for decades. I worked for decades. I still work. I want you to start thinking of, what is my hourly rate? Is what I'm doing here worth my time, worth my money, or could I pay somebody to help me with this, to do it? Now, you can't really offshore the decision making, but you can say to yourself, you know what? I want to focus on using my time right now to just get through this so that the time I have ahead of me in the world is not spent doing this. So you can commit to spending more time now in dealing with this and dealing with it in a good way where you're making decisions, and then you'll have decades in front of you not having to do it. Okay? But everybody, I want you to think about your hourly rate. Yeah, because your time is money. You know what you don't get back in life? You don't get life back. You don't get time on the planet. You don't get energy. Well, I guess you get energy. But time is something you don't get back. We are only moving forward towards our birthdays, for the next birthday, the next birthday. So make the best of the time you have. Now, there are certain things in decluttering only you can do. Only you can make a decision about certain things, but you don't have to make all the decisions about everything if there are other people you live with. If you want, I will say this though, if you know what you want, be the decision maker. But you can tell people the decisions and they don't feel like making the decisions, they can do what you want. This is why I was really good at management, because I was an older sister and I was like, wait a minute, what do I want? I want this house to be clean. I don't know. Let's do this, people. Let's get it done. Okay? I want to be able to clean quickly without moving stuff. Sky, that's part of your destination. Write that down. How can I make this able to be cleaned quickly? I don't want to move stuff in order to clean. Now, sometimes it will be helpful for you to move stuff to clean. I moved my snow domes. It's so funny. I got my clean snow domes here. I got to do that video. I did a video of me doing that. Maybe I'll post the video, snow dome video, writing it down, snow dome video. But you may need to move things so you can clear the surface and then put it back. That's different than moving things, a different way. There we go. I love it. Erin is saying, and Erin is a mom, and Erin is a client, and Erin says, hire Beth as your coach. It's the best Mother's Day gift to yourself. Yeah. Trust me. Yeah. Get your family, get your friends. If you want coaching with me, here's a fun thing. You know how sometimes we save up, maybe you don't do this, but sometimes you save up and say, well, I want this thing, but it's a little bit outside of my monetary comfort zone. So let's just pretend that this is an early birthday present. Because at a birthday, at certain times during the year, we kind of allow ourselves to spend more on ourselves. Maybe because we feel like it's greedy or whatever. But if you have something you really want and it costs money, I bet there are times in your life where you have not talked yourself into it, but you have allowed yourself to invest that money in something you want. I want you to start thinking about coaching like that. Now, the cool thing is that, yeah, my coaching costs money, and I don't know your monetary situation, but you have a range of what you feel is not enough, too much, whatever. But I just want to offer to you, there are other people. Can you imagine if somebody said, what do you want for Mother's Day? And you were like, you know what? Here, I want a coach. I want to, what do you call that person at the gym? Like, I want a personal trainer. I want to learn some skills. I want to get better at something. Help me get better at this decluttering. Help me learn a skill I just don't have or I'm not good at. Help me get better at some of these good habits. And the wonderful thing I will share with you is decluttering life coaching, the way I do it anyway, and maybe Erin will attest to it, is it starts with clutter. But man, does it have a positive ripple effect on every other area of your life. Because you start to look at things differently, feel things differently, and you have a process that encourages that different way of approaching things. Up until now, you've done things a certain way, and that's gotten you to here. Now, I know you've done some kick-ass things in your life to get you here. Yay, you. But if you're right here in your life and there's some things you're still like, I'm not so sure about this, it's not working out, don't know what to do, you're only doing what you know how to do. That's all we do is what we know how to do. You can't do what you don't know how to do. But you can learn and practice with fun. I mean, I don't know. I think it's pretty fun to hang out with me. I crack myself up on the daily. So if you want me in your life as your one-on-one coach, think of it as a gift and an investment, but not because it costs a wicked lot of money. It's an investment because you pay the money, but then you learn a skill and you invest in. Investments are something that you put money down and you get more out of it than you put into it. You will have skills for the rest of your life. That's an investment. It's not like I paid for a TV and now I have a TV, and if I ever wanted to sell the TV, I get like $25 for it. That's a sunk cost. An investment is something you put money in and it keeps on paying dividends over and over and over. I love my coaching, and that's what it is. It's an investment in that way. So if you're interested in that, first thing to do is to get on the Destination Decluttered. Well, no, technically my website, destinationdecluttered.com. You can do one of two things there. Well, you can read it, but there's two things. You can sign up for the mailing list, destinationdecluttered.com/join. That's a really good source of all sorts of good information. And then also, if you want to schedule a consultation with me, a consultation is the first step in coaching. And I will say this just really quickly, kind of in the context of the life of the next month or so. I'm doing consultations for the next 2 weeks. Between now and like the 17th, and then like the 19th to the 24th, and then, you guys, it's Memorial Day weekend. Now, I don't know about you, but to me, I'm punching the clock on that. I'm taking a half day on my own self on that Friday, and I'm sure there's going to be cookouts with friends. We get stuff going on, and then we go on vacation. We're traveling, and then we come home literally enough to like sleep and do laundry, and then we're traveling again. So if you want to start coaching, kind of mid-June and on, and have a coach for the summer, get a consultation now, and then you get first dibs on all the coaching slots I have available. Every time I hire somebody, one of the coaching slots gets filled in. Now, I don't do this to strike fear in you. I really don't, but I'm just giving you the facts to, if it feels like something you want to do, take the next step and act on it. So thank you, Erin, for saying that coaching is a good Mother's Day gift. So I love it. Oh, hey, Cece Fitzhenry. I think I saw you somewhere. Where is it? Where is it? I'm backing up. Okay, we got that. Okay, I keep on going, Scrap Lover. Thanks, that's helpful. Yeah, and Cat Mom is saying crossing items off the list is the best feeling. I love it. T-Site, I cleaned everything and then found it was National Clean Your Room Day. There you go, you made it that way. I love it. There we go. In bed today, looking at a cleaner room. There we go. Yeah. I love it. Strong Soul Sister says, so much truth. I think about this more and more with every decision I make. Love it. Debbie, here's a funny thing. We all don't know how to do stuff. And even CC Fitzhenry, there you go. You're not weak, just not knowledgeable about decluttering. Beth can help you with that. Yeah. I could tell myself I'm weak because I don't know how to, play pinochle. I'm weak. I'm a grown woman. I should know how to play pinochle. I don't. I never learned. It's just like decluttering. Decluttering, you're not born with that skill. And if you were raised with people who dealt with clutter in their own way, you maybe picked up their habits, but they may not be the habits you want. So you're not weak. What's weak is telling yourself you're weak and believing it. You know what's really strong? Let's talk about strong. Is saying, hey, you know what? Kind of like not knowing how to play pinochle. I just don't have currently yet have the skills to declutter in a way that makes my home easy to live in. But when I don't know something, there are people out there that can teach me. So it's actually strong to admit you don't know something. It takes strength to be gentle and kind. I think I'm paraphrasing Morrissey or Smith. But you're not weak. You're beating yourself up. No, if anything, you're strong for realizing you don't know how to do it. And once you realize you don't know how to do it, you can find a way to learn how to do it. Now could be with me as your coach. It could be other ways. And I love it. As Erin says, it's totally fun to hang out with Beth, and Cece Fitzhenry also has hung with me. And I love it. Erin, I'm just catching up on these things. Erin is saying, and so I'll read it to you guys, especially if you're decluttering or just watching the video on YouTube. Erin is saying, but seriously, I now have a new mindset about stuff and other things. And I know how to quiet my backseat drivers. Those voices in you, you're weak. You're an old, you're a grown woman. You should know how to do this. I flip the bird at them, lovingly flip the bird at my backseat drivers. Be quiet. You don't know what you're talking about. I just don't know how to do it yet. If I wanted to learn how to play pinochle, I have friends who could teach me how to play the pinochle. I don't want to do it because it doesn't interest me, but me living in a house that looks and feels like I want it to, maybe I want to learn that. Okay? Lem Snyder is saying, absolutely love listening to you. Have to go. I'll catch up later on YouTube. Okay, so really quick, I get 10 minutes and then I'm going to turn over Mother's Day back over to you guys. Hopefully the rain has stopped a little bit so I can go on a walk. And who knows, maybe I'll go walk with an umbrella because I need to get outside. And my body feels better when it's outside and moving around. I haven't always been that way. But speaking of YouTube, one quick thing I want to offer y'all is if you're on the Destination Decluttered mailing list, you may have noticed you now have a way that you get to watch the recordings of these TikTok lives for the month of May. That's not available to the people who aren't on the mailing list. So if you want to watch, I mean, trust me, I have almost 200. Not to overwhelm you, just saying that there's resources available. Recorded TikTok lives on Destination Decluttered on YouTube. Pop one on, put it on in the background, learn something, feel better, do better. However, I'm really building the cool stuff that people only get if they join the mailing list. Now, the mailing list is free. It's not like you got to pay for this stuff, but it's just one step further to say I am more interested in these things, and I want to reward the people who say they're more interested. So you get access to the recordings for May before everybody else. Once June hits, the May ones will become available, but that's going to be, a month, and then the June ones will become the ones that are secret. So if you're interested in that, destinationdecluttered.com/join. Okay? And Erin is saying, Beth is right. Debbie, you are strong for recognizing it. It's okay to stay protected to address it. Catherine is asking, when will you post your schedule for next week? And I love it. This other Catherine, spelled a different way, is saying, are you on the mailing list? Because if you're on the mailing list, I already shared it. Now, I will at some time before tomorrow, because today's the 12th, right? Yeah. Oh my gosh, tomorrow's the 13th. Time is flying, you guys. Time is flying. But time flies when you're having fun. Sometimes when you're not, you're like, oh my gosh, it's the middle of May of 2024. How's my house looking and feeling? How do you join, Catherine? DestinationDecluttered.com, my website. There's a join page. Literally, you just put your email on, you send it away, you're done. After this, I will say this, two things I'm going to do is, what I tend to do is the email I'll tell you the email you're going to get from me, okay? The email you get from me within the next few hours if you sign up for the mailing list. Now I feel like I'm Ron Popeil doing like a, Ginsu Knives thing. I know I'm mixing my metaphors. Ron Popeil wasn't Ginsu Knives, but this is how my lovely, awesome Gen X brain works, okay? Here's what's going to be in the email you get. You're going to get the TikTok live schedule from now until May 23rd. You're going to know when to show up on TikTok. I show up a lot, different days, different times, but I show up. You're going to know that so you can plan on it if you want to. You're also going to get the secret code that allows you access to the ones that have been recorded and you can watch for the month of May. All the other ones from April prior are all free and open to the public, but you get first dibs. I like being on the guest list. My husband is a musician, and boy, do I love going to gigs and being like, yeah, I'm on the list. Yeah, I'm on the list. Oh, here's my backstage pass. Who was it? A little backstage pass like Wayne and Garth and Alice Cooper. I like to give the first dibs. I'd like to give you that feeling, first dibs. You also get first dibs on, I have added more consultations to the consultation calendar. Consultations are the first step if you want me on want me to be your coach. Now, the cool thing is now actually everybody has those first dibs, but if you're on the mailing list and you look at those dates and you say, yeah, and you know what, these don't work for me, you can get in touch with me one-on-one and say, hey, I want to do a consultation, but none of these dates on the calendar work for me. Let's work together, and I work with you if you're on the mailing list. There's a couple of other things on the mailing list, too. There's some good stuff. Oh, this week, this is one of the cool things. This week, the people on the mailing list, and I know I should come up with a better way of talking about that, but the people on the mailing list. It's like, oh, we're a community. It's kind of cool. It's a community of people. And once a month, we do a group Zoom call. It's kind of like a group coaching. I don't do group coaching, but once a month, I do a free group Zoom that's like a TikTok live, only better, because you can talk and you can listen, or you can, you can write your things, you can, all sorts of things. That is this coming Thursday. You get the link to that. I don't know, there's some other stuff too. I'm trying to picture it in my head and I can't. All sorts of reasons. If you want to get decluttered, if you want to feel a sense of community, if you want to get first dibs on things that are going to help you get decluttered, all roads may not lead to you and me working together. But there are ways that I can help you declutter, even if I'm not your coach. Now, I will say that the coaching is the number one with a bullet. The coaching, as actually CC Fitzhenry talked about it, it's like being in the HOV line. You get to bypass everything because you've got me there as your coach. We deal with your problems. And if you want to get to your destination quicker, it's like coaching is the shortcut, but it's the good cut, because I show you how to do these things and you learn skills you've never done before, and we deal specifically with where you get jammed up, not the general jam up. It's you particularly. You. Yes, the pocket fisherman, exactly. Mailing list does not have a fee. It's 100% free. It is so casual. It is so flexible. I am telling you, people, I fucking love being so casual and flexible in my business and seeing how fun it is, and that I also get to work with awesome one-on-one clients who appreciate how flexible and casual it is. Because you can be flexible and casual and also get stuff done. You can have fun and get it done. It doesn't have to be somebody beating you over the head with something. Okay? Yeah. I love it. Catherine saying, nope, completely free. So is Cat Mama. Oh, interesting. Erin says she gives a little bit too much for free. All right. Well, Erin wants to help me make money, so we'll talk about that at some point. Share some ideas with me. But you know what? Here's the thing. I don't want what I do to be a barrier to you getting what you want. I got into coaching not to only coach. I'm going to gatekeep. I'm only going to tell this to the people who I pay and screw the rest of you. I got into coaching to help as many people as I could. Help people. I know some people cannot afford coaching. So I don't want them to be like, well, sorry, only if you had money I could help you. I don't want to help just the moneyed. So I do a lot of kind of volunteer work, clutter-wise, for the people who don't have the money, but I'm also there for the people with the money. Casual is my flex, yeah. I am so flexible about, so seriously, people know this, my clients know this about me scheduling stuff. We put in, I have a 10 session package, because 10 is just an easy number to pay attention to. We rough them in at the beginning, and then it's like, okay, next week works for you. Yep, sounds good. See you next week. Say, oh, you know what? Next week something came up. Can we change it? Yeah, no problem. Happens with me too. I am flexible with you because I know I live a flexible life. Much like me saying, hey, for these next 2 weeks, from May 27th to June 11th, I'm not coaching anybody. But that's cool, because I come back and instead of, and I feel good about coming back to coaching. So, and Alice Schaefer is saying, I appreciate the level of sharing and gifting of help you do without paid coaching. Yeah. And I want to say this to you guys too, is knowing that some people, legit don't have the money to pay for coaching. The one thing I want to plant a seed, and this is not to be like, I'm going to convince you to go coaching. Think about where you're not investing in yourself. Think about, you have the money, but are you afraid to spend it? Think about why you have money. Money is supposed to be in your life to make it better. If you investing money in coaching helps you show up for yourself for 10 weeks, for 20 weeks, for 30 weeks, I have some clients that are on their 4th thing. Sometimes investing money is a way that we force ourselves to show up for things. I just signed up for a new a course, like a content writing course. That was like, I want to get better at my writing because my speaking is good. But my writing voice is different from my speaking voice. So I'm paying somebody. It's a group thing, but I'm paying money. I invested money to learn something I want to get better at. And I know that because I spent the money, I'm showing up differently than I did if it was for free. Yeah, I'll get to it. Whatever, I'll get to it. Yep, I don't have time. Whatever. Now that I've paid the money, man, do I have time earmarked for this afternoon to get into that. Okay? Yeah, I love it. Okay, Alice Schaefer is saying, yeah, because my financial stuff will happen. If I had the money, I would be in there, but $3K in power problems, $2K in dental work hit hard. I get that. Life happens and money comes and goes and ebbs and flows. But just think about it. as an investment in yourself. Now, I'm not trying to conclude this thing sounding like an infomercial, because one of the things I will share with you that I don't like is feeling manipulated and sold to. Like, oh, I'm doing all this, but wait, the only way you get the magic secret is you sign up with me. No, I give away all the secrets. If you just followed what I said in all of these TikTok lives, I say the same thing over and over again in different ways to different people, the ways it hits my brain. But it isn't just the stuff up here. It's the stuff in here. And that's what coaching helps you with. Okay? Yeah, Rachel's saying so true. I'm more inclined to work out if I am paying for a gym membership. Yeah. And I love it. And Alice is saying too right now, so I use the tools I can use now till I can get to paid coaching. Yes, destination paid coaching. I really want to work with her one-on-one. And I will say this before her rates go up, because my rates have gone up in the past and they will continue to go in the future. So if I want to work with that person one-on-one, it's going to take some quarters, some nickels, some dollars. If that's what it gets and I get a one-on-one with her before she blows up into the big time, oh my gosh. And she's going to help me, just me. She's there with me. Heck, that sounds cool. Yeah. JJ Mack says you're amazingly real. Oh, JJ Mack, I know you. Cheers, son. Hope you're doing well. You know what? Life is filled with fake people. The world is filled with stupid people. Is that what do you call it? Too much joy? Here, hold on. My husband, JJ Mack, my musician husband just woke up. I'm going to go for a minute. Okay. The world is filled with stupid people, so I get the pink. Did you get the pink? The refreshments. Yes, I almost was there. The refreshments, yeah. The world is filled with fake people. Here on TikTok, there are filters. There are ways that I could, make myself look totally different. We're all cartoon characters. How about this? The most punk rock thing I can think of doing is being a real person on fake social media, because that's going to cut through like nobody's business. You can smell the authenticity on me, right? Okay. But thank you. Nice to see you, JJ Mack. Strong Silver Soul Sister, you've helped me so much. I need to be better with my bathroom counter, but it's a work in progress. Y'all, we are works in progress, and I'm not even Southern. So when I say y'all, it means something. Hazel Eyes is asking how to get on the mailing list. Wicked easy. DestinationDecluttered.com/join, if you remember that part. Or how about this? I'm signing off in a minute. If you haven't liked or followed my TikTok page here, Destination Decluttered, me, Beth. When I sign off, a bird just flew by. When I sign off, go to the home page to my TikTok. Follow my page, and then right underneath there it is, DestinationDecluttered.com/links. All you need to do is hit that button, and it pops up. And then there are things. Sign up for the mailing list, schedule a consultation. Here I am on YouTube. This is how you see me here. I make it wicked easy for you, okay? All right. There we go. Okay, CD Quinn, one room at a time, one day at a time. Ba, 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 ba. And I care, which is very cool. You know what's funny? That's probably the antithesis of punk rock. Being a jaded punker from the 80s, caring was uncool. Now I think caring is cool. All right. Now this is, TikTok is telling me to shut the F up and go get ready for brunch. So I'm going to sign off now. Happy Mother's Day. Do something for yourself today that's going to get you knowing you're on the road to the destination you want to get to. Okay. Can't do it while you're live. That's why I'm signing off. All right. See you guys tomorrow. I will be I will post something about the TikTok lives. I'll be sending out some emails to the people on the mailing list to get on the mailing list, and I'll see you next time on The Muppet Show. All right? Bye.